Hang on just one moment, please. We could start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That's the way it's supposed to be, right? Hi, Sam. Whatever.
Has it been that kind of a day?
What kind of day it's been over here.
Well, we opened with the Pledge of Allegiance at 6 p.m. And we need to approve the agenda. You have an opportunity to look at it.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the agenda as written. Any discussion? If none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? How about the minutes of May 2nd and the 16th?
I'll make a motion to approve minutes of May 2nd and 16, 2022 meeting.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve those minutes from May 2nd and the 16th of 2022. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? How about alderman interviews for Ward 2?
I was asked to come in here and, I don't know exactly, but yeah.
You're doing it. You're doing exactly what you need to do.
I asked his wife today if he would be interested, so he found out a couple of minutes ago that he was supposed to come.
And I'm here. So,
Well, that's good. That's wonderful.
We need him.
Could you introduce yourself, sir?
I am, oh, sorry about that. I'm Kyle Vandenhall. Our family just moved here a little over 2 years ago. My wife, originally Katie Strong, her family's from the area. Her father is Steve Strong on the fire department, stuff like that. Yeah, we got 2 kids, Wyatt and Lily, that run around town a lot. So.
And you live in Ward 2.
She's
Yes.
shaking her head yes. I live in Ward 2.
He lives on Io Street.
Oh, nice.
So there we go.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I don't know.
Are you a registered voter
Yeah,
in this ward? Or
I think so.
Yeah, that would be something we should check on to make sure.
And if not, you can come back next month when you do register, you correct? I don't know how long you have to be a registered voter.
Would think
He's
so.
all he needs to do is live in the area for 90 days, so, which he has.
It's Kyle, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, normally we would go into executive session and do an interview, and we can do that. That at least gives us an opportunity to ask you questions, and you can ask us questions, and they're private.
Yep.
Anything we do in executive session is private. It's protected by law. So I guess that would be the next step, and that would be pursuant to somebody making a motion.
Do we want to wait and see if he's a registered voter first?
Well, that would probably be good, yes. Okay, well, we'll sit here for a moment. Yeah, We want to make sure it's all
Yeah.
legitimate.
Make sure I'm not just some guy that came in off the street trying to get my foot in the door here.
Well, we assume you're not.
I don't know who you are, so that's a good thing.
That is a good thing. That's probably one of the best things we could have heard.
You'd be surprised when you do to go around and get signatures when it's like a regular election. People say, I'm registered, and then they find out they weren't.
That they,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's,
that's why you gotta
Yeah.
get like
they
10
think there
more
are,
than you
and then there's
normally.
some
Yeah.
goofy thing happens.
I do not see anything in Union County. For Kyle Vandenhoff.
However, he has been a,
He's lived in town,
So he can register. He just has to be registered before we can,
correct, before he can be seated.
okay.
can we interview before, or is it better to wait until he is a registered voter?
It'd be fine to interview now, just don't make any point of action until he meets all the criteria to sit on the
Okay.
council.
That would be probably best, okay.
Here's that
So
one.
she's got a document for you.
Yep.
Well, 5A is executive session.
I'll make a motion to enter into executive session pursuant to SDCL 1-25-2, parentheses, 1 personnel.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded to move into executive session pursuant to SDCL 1-25-2, parent 1 personnel. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It is 6:07 PM. All right, my phone says 6:25 PM. And we are out of executive session. And we'll move on to item 6, public input.
I have public input. Just give me a second here. Couple things. One thing that's coming up is the Alcester bar. I think that Alcester should get out of the bar business. They should sell the building and get rid of it. Because for one thing, with the event center, they're running competition to a bar. The city does not, and they don't need another piece of property that's not earning taxes. So sell it, get rid of it. It's not in a good state of repair. And I would like to see it go away. One thing I've had people, again, get a hold of me on the water bills. It's my information that if we have rural water loans or that kind of thing, that there's a cap on the amount of money that the city can raise on the bills. There's a cap on how much they can raise the water bills. We have an older population. We have a not very wealthy population, and the water bills, $75 water bills, are getting to be a lot for them to bear. I know we need infrastructure, but if we've got a rural water loan or a rural that kind of thing, and there is a cap on it, we better not be raising that too high. And like I said, there's something that I'd overheard at one point, and that was guesstimating when the weather was bad on the water bills. I cannot prove that, but it's something that I'd heard. But people are worried. Their water bills, one person commented that it was the exact same bill as the month before. Now, that happens if you're running at a minimum, but if you're running at more than minimum, that's a rare occurrence. The pool was open Sunday. I did not see anybody, any children at the pool, and it looked like all staff, and it didn't look like there was anybody in there. And I'm wondering, are they being paid for that time that they're sitting there, or what? And the next thing is council members cleaning and working at the event center. That shouldn't be happening. If we can't get that cleaned and run it, we're in way over our head. The council should not have to go and spend their free time cleaning, vacuuming, etc. That's ridiculous. So, again, we don't need to have non-productive things off of our tax rolls. And if it's non-productive, the city should not be messing with it. So, look a little bit further down the road on what happens. So.
Any other public input?
I have a few things.
Okay?
It's been a long month. I've been confronted probably 4 times, and I talked to Pat about it today, about the event center's restaurants being extremely hot. And when we did an interview there, we were sweating.
And it was cooler outside than it was in there. There was no sun. So something's not right. It said it was 72, but it was,
I did talk to Dave last night, and Dave said there's 4, I think he said 4 air conditioners or whatever on the top.
Zones, yeah.
He has changed the filters on them. He's climbed up and done that. Clint told us at his evaluation that when they were there one day, and they said there was some fried wires up there. So he said maybe there's still something, connection with that. Dave said the event center has an air conditioner, the storeroom and the office are one, and the kitchen is one, because the kitchen was cool,
kitchen was very cool.
and the restaurant was hot. So maybe it's the one over that
Yeah,
does the
yeah.
bar.
Hmm.
But Pat said they've been there, and supposedly it's fixed.
I logged on this afternoon and I did kick it down another notch. So we'll see, it was at 73 today.
You know, Dave said a lot of sun, this comes in, you know, and we're gonna do something with blinds, but it wasn't sunny.
No, it was an overcast.
It was hot. So,
But it's been extremely muggy. It's been, I mean, even though it's not been sunny, it's thick. The air is thick.
and as we even walked out of the interviews, people were commenting to us, why is it so hot in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So that
That's-
was one thing.
That's good to know.
We also got confronted that night about, is there any way on the golf league nights that parking could be, the golfers could park on one side so there was a place to park to go to eat? Because they had to park way out on the highway and walk to the restaurant. I don't know.
Really?
That-
That'll be,
So that was men's league, and I know there's more in men's league than women.
Yeah.
But I don't know, that was another. They are now requesting that we have cell phone baskets for the waitresses and employees to put their cell phones in, because they're starting to interfere. And it is in our policies that, I found it today, electronic devices may only be used during breaks. If there's no need to access personal electronic devices for personal reasons, talk to your supervisor. So that is in a, but they'd like them just to put it in a basket because they're starting to look at them more.
sure.
Also, again, I've been talked to about the cemetery stone being moved on one family we talked about that last time. And also they need their deeds to their plots. So I don't know. They questioned me on that. The POS system, did discuss that with Pat today. They want to try the upgrade and get the other one. So, and then the alcohol, I just asked Pat before we started about the rules of alcohol on a golf course. And so maybe,
Now Austin needs to answer that question because he's here.
so
Well,
did
first
they,
of all, they can't bring alcohol
Right,
on,
well-
can they?
Well, according to
Okay.
the Muni golf course law or rule, they can't bring anything in.
Right.
They can have alcohol on the
If
golf course. I
purchase.
mean, they purchase a bag or whatever, a little
Right.
cooler, and they
They can
carry
go
it out
out,
on,
right, yeah.
yeah. They can do that. But I guess, what are you actually asking? When you're saying alcohol on the golf course, what does that mean?
okay. Alcohol is brought on and it is, let's say, find out it was a minor.
So that.
So then
that-
they call you?
Call me.
Now, that's
That's what we thought.
that's two strikes.
Right.
First of
Okay.
all, they brought alcohol
Yeah.
onto the
Right.
location. Second of all, they're a minor. That's,
I mean,
yeah,
it has
he's
nothing
involved.
to do with our people.
No.
It's nothing, it was
No.
a question asked me and I said, okay.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know what the rule is on that. So anytime there's something like that, they just call you?
And I'd say, you know, obviously, get the message out that you want them to call, because a lot of people, number one, have hesitation, and I think number two, the city doesn't want that reputation as well.
No, we don't,
So-
yeah.
Also. Well, and we don't want an adult, I mean, a 21-year-old should not be able to bring alcohol onto the premises because that's part of what we do for a living as a city, as a business. I mean, it's a municipal golf course. We sell alcohol. You bring your own, you're stealing from the city.
Right.
So,
That part I thought was probably how it was, but the other part, when you start involving kids, it just makes you.
oh, heavens, yeah, that's without a doubt, yeah.
So in other words, don't bring your own bottle.
No,
Right.
no.
Yeah.
All right, well, on the janitor thing that you brought up. Last month, it cost us $1,700 in the janitor. I really don't think we're getting our money's worth out of that.
I agree.
think Landon's doing more of it, and I don't think he should have to do it. Could we advertise to see if we could find someone locally? What do you think? I don't know.
Just for events?
Well, just to clean it all the time. You know, maybe we can find somebody that, I mean, that's a
Well, it's
lot
a
of money to
part-time
go out.
job.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is what it was.
5 weeks or 5 times, I mean?
Oh, yeah, I
Do
think.
they come every week, automatic?
This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it was an average, it went either from 3.5 to 5.25 hours per time that they came, you know, that they were there.
Because they bring 2 to 3 people.
Yeah, which I figured they did, but, you know, Darla got the thing and it said they spot check windows.
Yeah, that's what. it
Well, that
says.
doesn't mean that they're doing them
Spot clean
all.
all windows.
You know, I just think it's a lot of money.
Okay, spot check, spot clean. What do they do?
It says spot clean all windows.
Okay,
Spot
that's different
clean.
than spot check.
Well, but still, they're only cleaning where they see something.
Everything
Well,
is
but-
spot clean, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, technically speaking, don't you spot clean your house?
No.
No.
You know, you just
I
clean
clean it.
everything.
Yeah, you just clean it all.
But if
Every
you
week.
if you walked in and you saw a spot on the floor, you wouldn't pick that up.
Well, yeah, I would, but they come
That's
in.
called spot cleaning.
Okay.
So I guess my point is, they need to do that, but they also need to do a thorough
Right.
cleaning.
But the carpets
And
have
there's nothing
spots all
on here
over.
about All
No,
it says
they're
is
not hired
spot
to-
Yeah.
clean, windows, ledges, doors, and sweep and vacuum.
I mean, that's, Landon vacuums, I can tell you that,
Right.
after every event.
Well, but they vacuum, I mean, and I'm not arguing, trust me, I'm not
No, I
arguing at
know.
all. I'm just saying they vacuum according to what she said. So that's not spot vacuuming.
No.
That's vacuuming.
Right.
My point is, if they do spot clean, I mean, if you walked up to a window and there was a big blotch, would you clean the entire window? Well, possibly if it was your own home, but, I mean, you clean that spot and clean it up and go on with your business. So I think we also have to realize that, what did you say? 4 hours, I'm gonna just,
I
I'm
would
gonna
say-
just
I would- I
round it
would
down
say it
to
would be an
4
average
hours
of
for
4.
3 people, 12 hours a week. Okay, so 12 hours a week, how much do you think one person could do if they were gonna work for 12 hours a week at that facility? And could they clean it all? No, they couldn't. So I'm not arguing that they're not doing an adequate job, but I'm saying we probably need a better system.
Well, I don't know, I just think it's a lot of money.
Because they only come one time a week.
Right.
Sometimes we have 4 events.
Yes.
But
And then
they only
somebody
come
else is
one
cleaning it.
time a week, but if there are 2 or 3 of them, that's 3 people one time a week. And
At
that's 4,
$65 an hour, they charge.
right? I
So for
realize that.
5 hours, that's-
4 people, or 3 people, 4 hours, that's 12 hours. I mean, that's a lot of money, I'll give you
That
that.
is, you know, I just think, I would like to advertise and see if we have anybody that would be
Right.
interested.
I agree.
I don't know, but I think it would, that,
But
it
the
would be good for
people need to
Landon, too.
realize that it's gonna take them
Yes.
12 hours
Yes.
alone,
yes.
or if there are 2 of them,
Well,
6 hours.
Not- Plus, we're also
Together.
getting charged an hour while they're driving,
Oh,
that's in
well,
addition, too.
That's a good point.
right? And that's the way I'm reading this.
All right.
So there's an hour of just travel that we're
Oh.
paying for. You know, I don't know, I just would like to see if we could advertise it, maybe we'll have no one interested.
I think it's worth looking into.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else?
The dress code.
Oh, yes, the dress
Oh,
code,
wait.
yes. I honestly don't, I think that capris are fine. I have no, the other night we were up there, Rhonda had on capris and she looked fine. She had white capris and a blue shirt, I thought she looked just fine.
Got white capris?
Yes, she had white capris on. Yeah. And.
So that was never agreed upon, it's
But-
black pants or beige?
But who made the decision? You? See, but aren't we supposed to make the decision?
Well, initially, this was on the beginning side of being
You know,
open.
I've had so many people tell me, we're not a five-star restaurant. We are the golf course. We are a dining facility. We're not that fancy.
That's true.
I don't want short shorts, you know, either, but capris are, she looked very nice, I thought, didn't you, Darla?
Yeah, she did. She
And
looked just
so
fine. She had
somebody
on a blue
complained?
collared shirt with the
Everywhere I've
logo.
ever worked that was a restaurant style, girls either wore skirts or pants, boys wore pants, obviously, but like if you wanted to wear capris, you could wear capris, we always went, because we all had to, not everybody matched, because where I've worked, it's either been khaki or black. And that's almost everywhere I've worked that's been a restaurant. It's been khaki or black. It has been for the bottom, and then white or black for the tops. And I think it looks a lot neater to
So
me.
I go back to my question. Somebody complained?
Employees.
Yes. Because
What?
they can't wear.
Employees complained about other employees.
No,
But here it is, we're supposed to wear black, and she wore white. I don't see that it's a problem. We are,
Today, we had
the interview, wasn't it?
cutoffs, shorts.
You
that
should
were-
be, you
that were
can't, you
major.
can't,
But yet
It should
we're
come to
golf
your
course.
knees.
it should come to your
I
knee.
agree with
Well,
that.
this wasn't a girl, this was a guy. So,
Is it spelled out anywhere?
Yes,
It's
in
in-
there.
in
It
documentation.
is spelled out in their
but
manual.
it does say in
Yes.
italics, dress code may vary by season.
Season, and this is a season for capris or shorts,
Yeah.
in my mind.
Mm.
I mean,
Says
if they're
it right
gonna be
in
going
the-
outside and waiting on some tables outside, it's gonna be hotter out there. You got long
I'll give
pants
you
on.
that.
It's hotter,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would be fine.
I just think that we need to be a little more lax on that. And
If you're gonna allow capris, then you need to be very specific on how high can they go?
well, they're not gonna go above the knee. A capri
You need
doesn't
to
go,
be specific.
but a capri doesn't go above your knee. That's
I'm
a
just
short.
saying, if you're gonna open up that avenue, then you're
I
gonna
don't know.
have to be specific, which is
I think we
fine.
just need to be a
But-
little more, you go to Beersford, they don't do that.
I don't see where there's a problem with them wearing
I
capris.
don't either.
Or
And I-
even shorts that are
If they
down
come to your
the
knee,
like
yes.
Bermuda shorts.
Yes.
As long as they're
They're
wearing
not gonna wanna wear
clothes,
those,
they should
however,
be able
but
to
they will
work.
capris, I think.
My gosh, let's get
Well,
over this. This is,
we just need to quit being so particular.
that's my point. As long as they're wearing clothes that are covering themselves.
That's right, that's
And
the
they're
clue.
not dirty, they're not
Yes.
Torn.
scuzzy.
Mhm.
We need to modify the document.
Okay. And
So-
another thing we need to keep in mind is, these people have not gotten these manuals. They didn't have any up there.
They did. They got them at our first meeting.
Well, they have not been handed out to employees, because we are doing this on Sunday, right? And so if you can get us several of those, please, I'll pick them up Friday.
Oh, you're gonna.
We're
do
having a meeting with the,
Oh, nice.
Mandatory.
Okay.
yes, and we'll
That's
get
good.
as many as we can
And then-
there.
And you have the opportunity to visit with them and say, this is our dress code currently.
And-
You have to realize what this means to us.
Mhm.
That doesn't mean it means that to you, employee, but you have to have good dialogue, and as long as you do that, sooner or later, somebody's gonna go, "Huh, I guess I wore holy jeans, or, holy shorts, whatever.
If,
I was
Yeah,
wrong."
we'll talk to them.
Yeah.
if I can make a comment, you want the people to know who's waiting on them, that they're with the
And they have the-
facility.
Logo.
The
logo shirt on.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
My
relevant,
problem
yeah.
would be as if I could tell what kind of underwear they're wearing underneath their capris.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
They
yeah, we don't-
they can't expose things,
Right, definitely not.
and I'm sure that's in that dress code. But the point that I'm making is, I don't care if the capris are blue, pink, or yellow, whatever.
And it
Wear clothes.
says they have to wear the shirt with the
Yeah.
logo. Black pants, black jeans, okay, not faded, no rips, no holes, no yoga pants without style or leggings. So that kind of gives them guidance on that part.
So it does mention black and black. I mean, evidently black is the uniform.
But this, we were told this was not talked about from the beginning.
But it was. I can verify that, because, and Laura can verify it, and Landon can verify it, because, and Dave could verify it, because we had a staff meeting up there, and everybody that was hired at that time had that manual. And we talked about what was the attire, and that was when we got our shirts.
What do the golf attendants, can they wear anything they want?
They, in the past, this is their first year in there now, in the
Yeah.
past, they were allowed to wear shorts.
So,
And
they're
we
in the.
weren't going to allow them to wear shorts this year.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think we should treat the golf attendants different than the,
Well, that's
they're
a
all
valid point.
representing us.
Correct.
So, that's, we will talk to them about it.
The dress code is the dress code according to the document. We need to make the document state what
Yes.
you expect the
We
document
will
to
talk
state.
to them about it.
Which it does state that,
It
but
states, but it does say, may vary by season.
Well,
Says it
but
right in there.
who then makes that decision? Who's the seasoned person?
Well, I think
Is
it's the
that
council
Clint?
is the.
Is
No,
that
no,
you?
it's not Clint. Yes, we
We are
are.
the seasoned people.
Yeah, I think we have to make the
Well,
decision.
then, did she come to you and ask you if she could wear white?
No.
Then the answer is no, she can't wear white, because it says black.
But it also
The
doesn't say
document-
khaki in there either, but we've allowed khaki, right?
the clubhouse side of it can wear khaki.
Yeah, so there we go again. So I think we just have to be a little more lax. Myself, that's my opinion, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. I just think we need to use some logic and some real, I don't know, just realize that wear clothes and wear clothes that are fitting this kind of entity.
Right.
And I don't know what that is.
And just please don't lax it so much. I mean, we've strived hard to have it be simple elegance. That has been
I
our,
would say when you're
Not-
on the other side
The
serving,
event side.
definitely, and the
Black
event
and white
side, I
doesn't
don't have
bother
any
me.
trouble with that. That's
Oh,
different
I'll give you
than,
that, yeah.
than,
And we can
Then-
do black and white
Then-
without khaki. Or-
then I heard there
but
were
I think
different
it should all
color
be-
shirts this time possibly. That's what somebody told us.
the different colored shirts were supposed to be for sale. If patrons wanted them or golfers wanted them.
Oh, okay, all right,
But Kitchen went to blue.
Yeah.
So Kitchen wears blue shirts,
okay,
but
which makes sense. Okay, do we have any more? Darla?
No, I think I got all mine. Oh, no. Okay. This, I just went back through the notes, and it's still in the, to me, a public input, is the cameras for security.
Oh, yeah.
Just the things that were happening in our world right now, I really think we do need cameras.
I agree.
And also, just an update, we have something sound system, correct, being ordered? Yeah, okay, for that.
acoustical tiles.
Yeah.
They were, I tried really hard to get them here last week for that event on Sunday. But they told me they should be here this week, so.
We were at an event up by Sioux Falls, an event center, and had the same issue.
Oh,
Yeah.
Echo?
Big
Yeah,
echo.
yeah.
So I think just a big building, that's just how it is.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
I would make another suggestion, when you talk about crisis kind of things, you don't know what's going to happen, that the staff should be trained in some type of ALICE program or whatever, so they can get the patrons in a safe place or protect it.
Not done anything.
All right.
All right.
Is there
That's it.
any other public input?
I just want to say an attaboy for James Anderson. We had a citizen call our office specifically after Memorial Day on Tuesday to say that the cemetery looked beautiful for Memorial Day.
And I have heard that Mitch Merrick had gone around and picked up trees from people's lawns
Oh,
that had fallen.
really?
Yes,
Nice.
I know he did our neighbors across the street.
Why didn't he come to my house?
I don't know, he must not see yours.
But he would if you would so be.
I'm sure he
I don't
would.
think
I'm
mine
sure he
would
would,
ask, but-
yeah.
Oh,
But you-
he did ask.
Did he? Okay.
He called our office.
Which I thought was really nice that Mitch would do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is nice.
so.
Yeah.
And also, we commented to Rhonda going out at the community center, she's redid the flower
Oh, yeah,
pots
it
to
looked
summer.
really nice.
They
Oh.
do look really nice.
Oh.
Just
Yes.
using odds and ends of things.
They do look nice.
Yeah.
And I would just like to say something, I don't see Grayson anymore,
No.
but he's back.
He's back. I
He's
see.
done, he's certified.
Yeah.
Saw him this morning.
I meant to ask him, how did it go? Do you know, chief, how
You know, I think it just went just fine.
he survived anyway?
He did, when I talked to him today, he did say, I am so glad.
To be done. Yeah, I bet.
Well, that's good. That's good. Any other public input? All right, if not, we'll move on to number 7, legal update with Sam Nelson.
505 Offstat, we had a court hearing scheduled for tomorrow that will be now telephonic. The property owner did not file an answer after the date set forth in statute you need to file by, so there will be a default judgment with respect to that property. I have had some discussion with the property owner, which I will share with the council on in executive session. 307 Iowa, I talked with Mr. Fellingsness. Mr. Fellingsness is going to be having a discussion or sending a letter to that property owner, I believe, next week. That's all I have for legal updates this time, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. So, do you want to move into executive session now?
Yes, please.
Yes.
All right. We need a motion to move into executive session for legal matters.
I'll make a motion to enter into executive session pursuant to SDCL 1-25-2 parentheses 3 legal.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded to enter into executive session pursuant to SDCL 1-25-2 paren 3 for legal matters. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So, come on. 6:54. Well, yeah, it's better, but not the way it was 3 weeks ago. Okay, we are out of executive session at 7:32 PM. And if somebody wants to make a motion,
I will make a motion to authorize settlement negotiations and settlement at the amount requested by legal counsel.
I'll second it.
In the Christensen there.
Yes. Sorry,
Oh, that's okay, I just thought
in the Christensen.
okay, motion has been made and seconded to authorize the city attorney to litigate, to negotiate at an amount requested by legal counsel in the Christensen matter. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Is there any other?
I would make a motion to authorize the city attorney to litigate the quiet title action with Farmers Cooperative Society.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded to authorize the city attorney to litigate quiet title action by FCS. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, and we will then move on to item 8, Police Department. Chief Sculler.
Hello. Got your stat update there, other than, I guess I'll start with Grayson's back. He finished up Friday. Had no issues with the academy. He is now a certified full-time officer.
That's cool.
was, few things to note through May. There were quite a few controlled substance arrests. A couple of those came along with some warrant arrests who attempted to deceive law enforcement about their identity, but there was one instance where possible fentanyl was found.
Yuck.
Other than stats, if you look through, have any questions, let me know. I don't think I have too much on my agenda other than catching up on paperwork now.
Yes.
I'm sorry I did not get that on this agenda for Grayson's rate of pay increase, but I will, and we'll make it retroactive to Saturday.
All right.
You've got a new comrade in arms that is an old comrade in arms, right?
Oh, yeah, he's,
Chief of Police Sculler, or not Sculler, what was his name? Christie, is no longer a emergency management. Yeah, now he's a deputy.
yep, he's
Yeah,
the
that's-
sergeant with the sheriff's office now, so.
Yeah, that is a good thing.
Anything stand out to you guys?
Debris in the roadway,
Yeah,
A
the-
tree?
you'd have thought it was windy or something.
Yeah. Used a handsaw and kind of hacked a few limbs off, so we didn't have to call street guys out on a holiday.
Well, I'm sure it feels good to have the three together.
Feels good.
So somebody just got gas at the gas station?
And drive away.
Uh-huh.
Yep. It happens more times than you think, but more times than not, it's just somebody who forgets, so.
It used to happen all the time in California before they made it where you had to pay first.
Yeah. That's why I try to track them down, so then, we can keep that going.
Excellent.
What's a signal to state reportable?
It's just non-injury accident. Signal 1 is an injury accident.
So define suspicious activity. I mean, isn't all of this activity kind of suspicious? I mean,
Yeah, it's just, we got case law and everything to run through. If you, per se, have a vehicle parked behind, the golf course late at night or something like that,
Oh, sure, yeah, yeah.
Just something like that is usually defined if nothing comes up.
Somebody does a
Yeah.
U-turn right in the middle of Highway 11 or something, and you're like,
Somebody runs away from you, but
sure.
just if nothing comes out of it, if everything checks out, it's usually just labeled as that,
Yeah.
so.
Okay. Any questions for the chief? If not, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Keep you through the, yeah. All right, item 9 is the Alcester Bar and notice to bidders.
No, Sam's gonna create that.
Okay, all right.
But this is approving that Sam will draft it, and then we'll confirm the dates that it's gonna be published on, and then when you wanna open the proposal, and at what time you wanna open the proposals.
Well, my question to Sam is, when could we expect to get it so that we could publish it on date?
I can have it done this week.
Okay.
Probably.
Then to be published next week.
Yep, it'll be, it can be done this week, it'll be published on 6/16 and 6/23. And then,
How long do you usually give them to?
it just has to be greater than 7 days after this last publication, so we could open it on July 5th.
Hold on. Well, that gives them just 1 week or a little longer.
It's almost 2 weeks.
From the 23rd
23rd,
to the,
2 weeks is the 7th.
so almost 2 weeks, that's not bad.
Unless you want to open them on the 19th or 18th, we can do that too. If you want more time,
That'd be July 18th.
Because she's not gonna get out of there
until
until
August.
August, yeah, so.
Do you want more time? Okay, that's fine with me.
When then?
It would be on 7/18.
18 at 6, at what time then do we do it?
You pick a time. It could be 6:15, it could be 6:30. 6:15. Okay.
So, we would need a motion to that effect.
I'll make a motion to approve the notice to bidders for the lease and operation of the Alcester Bar with notice to be published on 6/16 and 6/23 with proposals open on 7/18 at 6:15 p.m.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the notice to bidders for the lease and operation of the Alcester Bar with notice to be published on 6/16/22 and 6/23/22 with proposals opened on 7/18/22 at 6:15 p.m. Is there any discussion?
What if we decide to sell one? Can we, I mean, with a contingent that it has to stay a bar? I mean, maybe this ain't the time to ask about it, but
Well, maybe that, yeah, maybe that should have been the first question. Do you still want to keep it as?
yeah, just thinking about it, more, I mean, I know it'd be nice to keep it a bar, but in the same sense as I keep thinking to myself too, it'd be nice to not have the city on it as well.
I agree, just trying to think if there's a way we could do it, where we could offer it.
I mean,
We
you,
can't hardly do both of them,
Well, you
can
would,
we?
you would declare it, yeah, you can do both.
Yeah,
You
we
would
have-
declare it as surplus and then sell it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, can you put a stipulation that it has to be a bar?
You could maybe cover it, but boy, that'd be tough. I'm not, my, generally no, probably. What you may be able to do is, we can sit and have the notice to bidders ready and drafted. You can, if you're not sure, I'd recommend you wait. If we got bids, I mean, there's nothing that says that the lease can't be for a year. And, we can,
With an option to buy or?
well, with an option to buy, or if we wanted, maybe an option to buy, I'd have to look into that, make sure we're not crossing lines with the bid laws. But if we decide a year from now we want to sell it, the notice provisions in the lease say we gotta let you know that 30, 60, 90, that we're not gonna renew or whatever. If you get a couple of bids in that you don't like, and with alcohol, part of the calculus can be a suitable person. And so if we get folks that we don't necessarily want, or just we don't know they're gonna do it the way we'd like it in our town, we don't have to accept the bids. We could sit and say, we're not gonna accept any bids, and we can turn around and sell it if we want it. Not that that's the best course of action, but by putting the notice out, you're not married to having to accept bids and a lease with somebody.
There has been interest.
That has been.
So we could discuss it before and if we didn't think that this person was suitable, or for some other reason, we could deny them, even if they were the top bidder. Is that what you're saying?
You could, you have the authority to reject both bids if you don't think it'd be in the best interest of the city. I don't know anything about who's interested or whatnot, but, you know, there's nothing that says that we have to follow the bid laws if we're gonna sell it, but there's nothing that says they can't talk to us about, you know, I'm interested in leasing or buying, or, you know, we can have those discussions with those folks if we want to.
Could you put a bid out, could you put a proposal out there that you could bid it to lease or bid it to buy? And then they could put a value on it?
I'd have to do my homework on that.
It's gonna definitely be high enough dollar amount that we're gonna have to be involved in
Yeah.
some
It's either gotta
serious
go
bids.
through a realtor or it's gotta go through sealed bid
Yeah.
or auction of some sort.
I'm just curious.
There may, I think what you're saying is that we either want to lease it to somebody or we want to sell it to somebody, and we want to do it all at once to see what's the best option.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can do that.
That would be perfect.
I'll take a look.
So maybe we want to just hold off on this, then, do you think?
Yeah, it's,
Until you have.
Well, there's nothing wrong with doing this and seeing if there's any real legitimate
Interest.
interest. And then, I mean, if there isn't, sell it, or, I don't know, turn it into a,
well,
I don't know, medical marijuana thing, whatever. I mean, you see what I'm saying? You've got options
Too
here.
close to the school, we discussed that already.
My point is, it could be a pickleball court.
I do think, just as being as upfront with people as you can, it would probably be best for interested persons to know whether the city
Right.
wanted to sell or to
Or
lease
if we
it
want
before
to
we.
lease, I think so too.
You're at a fork in the road, and Ms. Larson makes some
Yeah,
good points
yeah.
about it. And
She does.
you know, once you figure out which road you're gonna go down, then the rest is easy. And we've got not a lot of time, but it is till August, right? You know, so early July.
How many liquor licenses do we have? Because Teresa has one.
We have the potential to have 2 off sale.
Off sale.
That's limited by population,
And so right now, she's the only one that has
off sale.
off sale.
Yes.
Okay.
But item number 10
Yeah.
is you do have 2 places in town that are interested in obtaining an off sale license. So I guess if you decide to sell the bar and it wasn't going to be a bar, then each of them could have the off sale.
And that puts us in kind of a position that's like,
I think the liquor license needs to stay with the bar.
I do too. I
Absolutely.
do too.
Because, I mean, it is a
Because
turnkey,
otherwise-
it's a turnkey business.
Yeah.
I think
No
so.
doubt. It's just, why are we?
I
running?
agree with that, yeah.
I mean, not running it.
It's kind of a,
Yeah, I think it should.
Well,
It should
I
stay
think the
with bar.
people that are interested currently, and I've only heard from one person, but they probably are expected to be the way it is right now.
Yeah.
So,
With the sidewalk fixed.
well, it'd be nice, yeah.
What about the floor?
I guess my question is whether or not we're gonna move on this motion, or we're gonna sit here for another 2 hours.
yes,
Or do you want to change the dates, I guess?
I think,
You
I
want more time?
think we should wait and decide what, if we really want to lease it or not. I guess I'm okay with it, but I get the other side too, get rid of it, get out of it. But how much more work are we gonna have to go through to do that?
Is it saleable?
Yeah, that's right, because it needs some work,
Yeah,
obviously.
it does.
The floors in the bathroom, the shop.
Yeah, I've heard
downstairs.
there's several things, so. guys think?
I guess you heard my opinion, but,
Well,
I mean,
Well, you have a motion on the floor, you need to.
Yeah, we have to
Somebody
decide.
needs to move the previous question, or we're gonna go on to item number 10, whichever, I don't care.
I think we should wait and decide, I think we need to decide first if we're gonna wanna sell it as a building or lease it. If we're gonna lease it, then it's fine.
if you don't wanna lease it and put a bunch of money into it, that's fine, you know, it's just, I see a lot of money that needs to be put into it.
That's right.
Mhm.
And maybe that's just the only way these people are interested, is if they can lease it too,
Absolutely.
you know? I mean, can we
do it, so we do it for like if we, how long does the lease have to be for? I mean,
It's calendar year.
is it just a year?
So in January, we renew it.
every January then? So this year, it wouldn't be a full year then, or would it be? Okay.
This is a new lease.
Yeah, so would it be from August to August, or?
I would, well, that's up to you guys, but
Probably
I
the
would
first of the year.
assume it would be.
Sam, can we approach these people and see if they're interested, more interested in leasing than buying, or one way or the other, or can we not do that?
Yeah, no, that's fine. What I'd recommend we do is just say, hey, you're interested, what do you want out of this deal, what are you looking to do? Understand that we may need to change happy to glad and some other things in the lease that are in Teresa's lease now, just because it may need to be updated. Understand also if you're interested in buying or leasing, it's a public building, we gotta go through a public bid process, or we've gotta go through a realtor if we decide we wanna go that route and sell it. So you're not guaranteed to buy it, but, you know.
Okay, so we can go down that avenue.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with, you know, somebody saying, hey, I wanna buy this piece of city property, and
Yeah, because maybe these people wouldn't even want to buy it, maybe they only want to lease it, so.
I cannot answer that question.
No.
So I don't know.
Okay. Well,
I'm hearing that item number 9 is going to be tabled.
that's what I would do.
Is there any other discussion? If not, we'll move on to item number 10, package off-sale liquor license notice of hearing. You can see there's a notice of hearing to consider the package off-sale liquor license application. Applicants are JKVB LLC, doing business as Alcester Quick Stop, and Alcester Groceries, doing business as Total Stop Food Store. Public hearing will be July 5th at 7 p.m.
No, I tentatively set it for this, but if you want it in the middle of July, that can be changed as well.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
So what would that be?
7/18.
18?
Same time? I would need a motion.
Make a motion to approve the notice of hearing to consider the package off-sale liquor license applications, applicants JKBB LLC, DBA Alcester Quick Stop, and Alcester Groceries, DBA Total Stop Food Store. Public hearing July 18, 2022 at 7 p.m.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded. For item number 10A, written or stated exactly as written, except for the date of July 18th, 2022 at 7 p.m. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, let's move on to the fairgrounds.
Not too much change that we know of. They had a fair board, right, was it right before the last meeting?
Mhm.
Yeah.
There was been no
No changes.
No, we haven't had a meeting,
Haven't heard nothing.
nothing.
Okay. Well, let's move on to item 12.
So in your packets, Landon met with Budget Blinds. They came down and gave an estimate for, they're called solar shades. So you can still see out, but it restricts the sunlight coming in. And there are 4 windows in question. It says restaurant 1, restaurant 2, and then the 2 store, or not the storeroom, but the windows facing south. 1 covering the office and 1 covering the storage room. And we are not subject to tax, so the quote would be $2,240.80.
It's kind of encouraging to see a 40%, discount. I mean, look, those prices don't look bad.
I
I
don't
mean,
think they
considering
are.
how big the windows are.
And
Yeah.
they
We
will
had our
install
work,
them.
we have done them ourselves, and then we've had somebody do them.
Yeah,
And
I would-
would not recommend doing it
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah, I agree.
We
Yeah.
had Budget Blinds come and do all of our house, and we're very happy with them.
Otherwise there'd be glitches.
So, as she mentioned, without the tax, it's $22,40.80. Do we need a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of solar roller shades, budget blinds for the cost of $2,240.80, which will come out of the golf fund.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the purchase of solar roller shades from Budget Blinds for $2,240.80 coming from the golf fund. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We got a resolution in here, 2022-02.
So this resolution is for the funding for the phase 2 part of the grant that we were awarded. And this was provided to us by Meyer and Ring, which is the bond council.
I don't know if everyone had an opportunity to read through it before the meeting. But we would need a motion, it's a long one, to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 2022-02, a resolution giving approval to certain sewer facility improvements, giving approval to the issuance and sale of a revenue bond to finance, directly or indirectly, the improvements to the facilities, approving the form of the loan agreement and the revenue bond, and pledging project revenues and collateral to secure the payment of the revenue bond, and creating special funds and accounts for the administration of funds for operational system and retirement of the revenue bond, and providing for a segregated special charge or surcharge for the payment of the bonds.
Could you repeat that?
No.
I'm sorry.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded for resolution number 2022-02, sewer bond phase 2 wastewater facility plant. Written or read exactly as it's stated in 13 sub A. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Golf course / community center.
The Alcester Care and Rehab approached the city about either purchasing or asking if the city would donate the outdoor furniture that we had, the wire furniture that we had under the canopy at the golf course. At this time, the golf course, it's not their intention to use that in the new facility. So they would like to have it for their residents
They don't work that much. is-
Will the building eventually be gone?
eventually. But right now, we're using it for some storage.
Sure.
Say we should donate it.
I say that too.
Yeah.
That's where the money originally came from.
Yeah, you're right.
So you can see that the motion to declare that as surplus and sell or donate to the Alcester Care and Rehab Facility for X dollars. I don't know what you want to put on that for a dollar amount,
We have to
You
for
don't have
donating
to.
it.
okay?
Well, I will make a motion to declare the wire patio furniture surplus and donate it to the Alcester Care Rehab Center.
Okay,
I'll second it.
motion has been made and seconded to declare the wire patio furniture as surplus and donate it to the ACRC. Is there any discussion? Not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And do we have somebody to hire?
We have one.
Do.
Lincoln Burke. He would be helping, he said he'd help in the kitchen.
Eventually.
Yeah, but he would like to be a server.
Burke, as in,
B-U-R-K-E.
You are.
is that Mike's?
Yep.
Okay.
Server was his biggest interest.
Yeah.
Okay, position of server, and then you say,
Eventually, he would, he
He's
could
not
do
old
dishes
enough yet.
too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put
I think he
kitchen
could do
in
dishes though
parentheses,
now.
yeah,
but
you could do
You
dishes.
know, but I think at the end of the year, wasn't he gonna be just,
December, he'll be,
yeah, he'll be old enough.
okay. What do you wanna pay him?
If he's a server at 7.
7, yeah. But if he's a dishwasher, then
Minimum.
how do we put that there?
Right now, I haven't had a lot of, I would just have him at the
Is
7.
this Server, okay.
If he gets into the kitchen area, then we can put in dishes.
Yeah, I will make a motion to hire Lincoln Burke at a rate of $7 per hour for the position of server.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded to hire Lincoln Burke at $7 an hour as in the position of server at the community center. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
You keep those?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
And I have 2 more that I'm gonna email you.
Okay.
Okay. Well, updates from the finance office.
So Abigail starts tomorrow, so it'll be her first day as deputy finance officer. It's also election day tomorrow, so this room will be where people will come to vote, and the polls are open from 7 to 7. We also have our audit tomorrow. I know. So the auditors are going to be in the next room down, keep them in there. And I appreciate the fact that Darla has given me the heads up that she will not be at the June council meeting, so.
or July, middle, well, June in the middle and July in the middle.
And I'm gone in June too, at the next one.
Okay, well then we have a little situation.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, because we just are down to two then.
we would not, we
I will
would
be,
not have a quorum.
I would be back on the 27th. What day is that? I would be back on that Saturday after the meeting.
27th is a Monday in June.
I could do that, but I would be back unless something happens to us.
If something happens to any of us, we might-
about her, so yeah, I know.
It can happen.
things happen.
I know. But I could be back by then. How about you?
I'm just gone Saturday till maybe the Thursday or Friday following,
So you're
Yeah.
gone the 18th through the 24th.
probably.
And I'm on the 16th through the 26th.
So the two choices are to move the council meeting to the 27th or not have the second council meeting in June. But
We have
we
a lot
just
to
pushed
do.
back,
What did we push back?
we pushed back the notice of bidders.
Would that be pushed back to July? Fine.
It could, but then that means that if you want to give your bidders a month,
So it'd be July 5.
that would work, and then we'd open them on August 1st.
That's okay with, are you guys okay with? Do you want to have the meeting?
That's a tea party.
This is a fee. Decide if you want to have it or.
Well, we can have a meeting without a quorum, we just have to state it.
Can you do anything?
Mhm.
Then why have the meeting?
Exactly.
Dear God.
What do you want to do?
I say just skip that one.
Skip.
Just skip one meeting. You okay with that, Cindy?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming we need a motion for that, Sam, to say that we, due to a lack of a quorum, we will not be having the June 20th meeting?
Yeah, you can just vote to not have the meeting.
Okay,
That would be.
So we need a motion.
yes, please.
I'll make a motion to not hold the June 2022 meeting because we will not be having a quorum.
I'll second it.
22, right? 20?
Yes.
Okay. Motion's been made to not hold the June 20th, 2022 city council meeting. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Excellent.
So there's one more thing that I'd just like you to think about, and I'll put it on a future agenda. With only 2 lots available on Beck Drive, we are at a crossroads where we need to decide the next area of town we're going to develop. So our 2 choices are, we do have the area, it's about 70 acres north of the cemetery and east of the golf course. So there's a field there. And when Gary was active in the industrial board, that has been designed and engineered, topographical map, an idea of how the lots would look. So that part of that project has been completed. None of the parcels have been platted, which would be the next step, and then also determining infrastructure. The other option is to look at developing Bill Lynn's alfalfa field. That is about 17 acres, depending on how close we go to the railroad and that. And it could be available for sale if we were interested in pursuing that. And our infrastructure is already much closer. So that is a question that I'm going to pose of you, because as a city, we do need to look at what area is better for us to explore. The downside of the Lind field is that no pre-engineering work has been done. No topographical maps to determine. We're roughly assuming if we did half-acre lots, which is what the lots are up on the east side of town, you'd get about 40 residential areas. And obviously, I think the first ones we would try to develop would be the street. We would make a street south of Anderson, and so it would just butt up against those lots there.
There'd be just an alley going down behind everybody, or a reasonable facsimile thereof.
So I just, you guys could maybe drive around and look at that, and at our next meeting, I will put that on for discussion, because I do need to make some sort of movement on that, if that's what we're interested in doing. So.
At one time, I know that there was some discussion about how much dirt was worth, and that's alfalfa ground, but it's technically speaking tillable. And I mean, they're selling it for $25,000 to $35,000 an acre. I mean, it's unbelievable. How many acres is it?
About 17.
We're talking, almost $500,000. So I'm rounding, but that's a chunk of change.
The city would not have to, if that's the area you're looking to develop, the city would not have to pay for that land. If you're interested in focusing your energies on that property, we've already spoken with Bill and looked at offering a swath of farmland. So.
That helps
Yeah.
a lot. Well, so it's food for thought, huh? Okay, is there any other updates that you'd like to provide, aside from the fact that the pool's not open at midnight for preschool?
I think we
Yeah, I think that.
You're just being an engineer.
I know, I was just being an engineer, yeah. I thought 12 a.m. and I was like, wow, that is a long lesson. Yeah, that's good. We would need a motion to approve the May warrants then.
I'll make a motion to approve May warrants.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the May warrants. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? July meeting, date change, 2. 4th of July gets in the way.
Yes, that falls on a Monday this year.
I'll make a motion to approve moving the July 4th meeting date to July 5th at 6 o'clock at 500 Dakota Street.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded to move the July 4th meeting, the date to July 5th at 6 p.m. here at the City Finance Office, 500 Dakota Street. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Performance reviews. There are 3 of them there that all are full year performance reviews. Wanda Halverson, Lonnie Johnson, and Chief Sculler. FYI, to those of you that have those.
I think I'm all 3 again. I have done them all so far this year. Aren't I the lucky one?
No.
You are.
Yeah.
After July, nothing till after July, please. I just don't have time. I gotta get together with you for one,
Both of them.
2, and you for the other, if we can wait till July.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next item is a motion to add George Talbot as a community center volunteer.
I'll make a motion to add George Talbot as community center volunteer.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded to add George Talbot as a community center volunteer. Is there any discussion? Excuse me.
I need to abstain from
You probably should.
this. That's fine. Okay.
If there is no other discussion, all in favor?
I am going to abstain.
Yes. One abstain. Reminders and updates. Horizon Healthcare Golf Tournament is June 10th. 2022 City Council meeting is June 20th.
No.
Nope,
No,
not
let's
anymore.
move to-
We're not having it.
Yep.
Yep, it's not happening. So next city council meeting will be July 5th. Change
So there you go, Kyle.
Got me in here, now you just don't want me back for a while. Get me all anxious, and then we'll see you in a month.
And keep in mind, this is a short one.
that. Yeah, this is actually pretty quick. Session 1 swimming lessons start June 20th through July 1st of 2022. As far as an HRC update, we had a meeting the other day and we had discussion regarding the one open fourplex apartment or condo, if that's what you want to call it. And since then, we've heard information that we've had serious interest in it. That's the only thing I can tell you.
It was listed today.
Oh, for sale?
Yeah, because it's not official yet, but there is some serious interest. So, that's about the only thing I've got for the HRC. Well, we had $699 worth of damage to the building as a result of the wind. That was shingles and a storm door was ripped off and he gave me kind of an itemized bill, but I can't remember. I think it was primarily shingles and that storm door.
If anyone is interested, the unit is listed with Jansen Realty out of Hayward.
About the Union County Fair update. We already talked.
And talk to, well, the other was the fairgrounds. It's kind of the same.
This is the fair itself.
Okay.
Things are about the same, everything's, when is that again? August what?
Fourth, fifth, and
Fourth.
sixth.
Okay.
And then item 18 is executive session if needed.
I think we need it. Yeah. I'll make a motion to enter an executive session under SDC 1-25-2, 1. Personnel.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded to enter into executive session pursuant to SDCL 1-25-2, parent 1. Is there any discussion? Yes. Linda and Lucas. If there is no other discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It is 8:20 p.m. And we are in executive session.
11:30 and then I'll be busy the rest of the day,
Okay,
so, okay?
I should be over there.
Okay.
are you up?
You could say that. I'm off forever again. Let's see, it is 9:12. And we're out of executive session. Assuming there's no other discussion, then we have number 19, adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn council.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded to adjourn. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. And it is 9:13 PM.